Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS guide. Now I'm gonna review Red 13 and he is one of my favorite for 5 stars Neo Vision, okay? Let's begin from his stats. If you take a look on his stats, I must say it's just ordinary like other Neo Vision units, okay? 200% attack boost and decent health boost, and the main thing here is his true double hand on normal form. It is quite good because he gets 250% true double hand, while other Neo Vision usually get only 200%, including his brave shift form. Okay, so I must say his standard form is really nice attack, nice survivability. Okay, and the special thing about Red 13 is on his normal and brave shift form, he has amazing 150% beast, demon, and undead killer. Okay, so Tifa, one of the best Neo Vision, get 200% killers, but she only has 2 killers. For Red 13, 3 killers. What can you ask more? Okay, really amazing. The bad news is for normal, he only has confused resist, and that's it. So try to give him like ribbon when situation needed. Okay, and the main thing difference between his normal and brave shift form is LB damage boost. On normal form he doesn't have LB damage boost, but it's okay because you don't need to use his limit burst on normal form. Okay, but on brave shift he gets 200%, which is good because his LB on brave shift form is quite powerful. Okay, and on brave shift he gets 50% fire resist in cost of lower defense and spirit boost. Okay, so which one better? I think I prefer the normal form because I can say it's easier to gear him on normal form because of higher true double hand boost. Okay, so enough about the stats. Now let's take a look on his abilities. So on normal form he can chain with Stardust Ray family, so it's nothing special. Okay, normal like other Neo Vision, but the thing that make him special is he has move called High Speed Fang, and that move, if you max it, it gonna gives him 10 physical evasion. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, that way you don't need to care much about defense stats when using him. Okay, and he also able to imbue himself with fire, dark, and wind. So wow, pretty flexible. So Tifa not lock, okay, only able to imbue water, like rain only fire. So most of Neo Vision until now only able to specialize, to one element, but this Red 13 3 elements, and don't forget he has 3 killers, so he will be really good for, let's say, if you are into dark vision. And also he has additional 150% demon, beast, and undead killer, so pretty insane. So you can simply increase your passive further using Esper, and with this buff you can get really high killers on him. Okay, really amazing. So maybe you complain, but his Stardust Ray chain is quite low. Okay, only 50 times, where if you remember other Neo Vision get about 70 times damage per cast. Okay, about like that. So yes, I must say it's lower than other Neo Vision, but because of this killer he has really good potential. Okay, remember that 10 physical evasion gonna be really useful. Okay, and the rotation is simple. Simply use Overowl. It will give you faster LBV rate and attack boost with triple cast, and 600 MP split for 3 turns. This MP regen is really important because if you take a look here on the second turn, you're gonna use Killer Rave, which give you 150% killers, and High Speed Fang, which gives you 10 physical evasion. Those moves cost 200 MP, so without this 600 MP regen, your MP can be really dangerous, okay, because you probably deplete your MP without good MP recovery. Okay, and like you can see that his limit burst, I must say I'm not impressed. The damage is low, and you don't need to get the imperil, because basically you already imperil the enemy when you imbue yourself with element. Okay, so those are all for his normal form. Now let's talk about his Brave Shift form. So his Brave Shift form, he's still able to chain with Stardust Ray, but I think his Brave Shift form is not meant to be a chainer, okay? First, because you lose an ability to give yourself 10 physical evasion. So remember, on some situation, for example like Behemoth K, when you need 10 physical evasion, do not change into Brave Shift form, okay? Because once you go into Brave Shift, you cannot go back to normal form immediately. The good thing about this Brave Shift is the limit burst. Like you can see that it deals 110 times damage, and because you have 200% LB damage, that means you deal 330 times damage minimum. You can increase that further simply by equipping him with LB damage boost equipment and abilities, or simply having a character like Neo Vision Rain to give him LB damage buff. Really nice, but again, remember you still have access to demon, beast, and undead killers, so if you need those killers, use that on your Brave Shift form, okay? And rotation is quite simple, okay? You can change into Brave Shift form on the first turn, so before changing into Brave Shift, make sure you have full limit burst gauge. That way, when you change into Brave Shift, you can use your limit burst immediately. On the second turn, use Killer, Slave, and Crimson Lower. This Crimson Lower deals nice amount of damage, and it is Stardust Ray Chain. It also full your limit burst gauge. That way, on the third turn, you can use your limit burst again. And that's the duration of your Brave Shift form, and you will revert back to your normal form. It's okay, right? So enough about the Brave Shift ability. Now let's talk about equipment. So on standard form, you need to max his true double hand and attack, and I can say it's quite easy because he has 250% true double hand and 200% attack. So you don't need a lot to max it. And after that, I can say you don't need to worry about his survivability, because yes, he has 10 physical evasion, okay? And after you max it, simply focus on, let's say, additional killer to max his damage further, okay? Let's say if you fight against beast, try to max his beast killer into 300% to compensate his lower damage modifier. And maybe if you have MP regen abilities or equipment, equip those too, because that will help with your MP consumption. On Brave Shift form, you don't need to have that MP regen because he already recover 50% MP every turn. So his Brave Shift form, other than using his limit burst, it also serves to recover your MP back to full, okay? So for Brave Shift form, you only need to focus on LP damage boost and of course your offensive stats, okay? So enough about equipment, now let's talk about partner. So for partner, he needs to have someone who able to boost limit burst damage, okay? So that the good example is Neo Vision Rain, because he able to give 100% LB damage to all characters. Really good. And remember, this Rain also able to chain with Stardust Ray move, so really good partner with Red 13. And let's say if in the future you want to use Red 13 limit burst, you can use your Rain to chain with like Paladin Cecil or other characters who also have triple cast Stardust Ray chain. But let's say if you really want to mix Rain and Red 13, then of course you need to bring someone who know Extreme Nova. In that case, when you use Extreme Nova, you can land your Red 13 limit burst on the process. Okay, so enough about partner. Now let's talk about ability priority. So the first important ability you need to awaken, to level up, is Killer Rave, because this gives you 150% Demon, Beast, and Undead Killer, which is really amazing. And this ability available on both Brave Shift and normal form. Okay, and the second ability is High Speed Fang. This one is insanely good. I have talked this many times. Okay, and this is really important to max this ASAP, because on level 1 it only gives you 3 physical evasion, so you really want to max this fast. Okay, maybe you want to max this first even more than Killer Rave. Okay, and the next is Warrior's Cry. This is for his Brave Shift form to increase like LB damage boost if you want to use him as LB finisher. But that's it, guys. I can say that the rest of abilities may be not important. Howling Flame, this deal a little bit better damage, 55 times. Okay, but yes, your normal damage already 50 times, so only a little advantage. Maybe this one has better backload, but not significant. That's why this is not your priority. And the last ability, Planet Wisdom, I don't think this is really useful, because the MP boost stays same on all level, 200 MP. And for the damage modifier boost, I don't think you need them. Okay, sure, Spirit of Seto can deal nice amount of damage. It can deal 90 times damage per cast, but it is cooldown ability, which only available every 4 turns. And another thing is, if you use Spirit of Seto on last action, maybe it will break your chain. If you use other chaining partner other than Red 13, of course, if you have duplicate Red 13, maybe this can chain together, perfectly chain together. I'm not sure. Okay, but I don't like it. Okay, this is not your priority. So enough about priorities. My conclusion for Red 13. So Red 13 is really amazing character. Many players not interested on him because maybe only low damage 50 times compared to 72 times damage per cast like Tifa. But remember, guys, he has amazing side effect. Okay, 10 physical evasion, which is really useful against the hardest trial at this point of the game, Behemoth K. Okay, I believe 10 physical evasion is enough. And honestly, I haven't tried it, but because it seems you always need full evasion party against Behemoth, then 10 physical evasion gonna be really amazing. And he is simple to use, and remember, he has 3 killers: Beast, Demon, Undead, and 3 elemental access. Okay, so wow, very flexible. I can say that he is the most flexible Neo Vision character to this date. Okay, so yes, I can say he's pretty good. Maybe the second best 5-star Neo Vision at this point. Okay, I don't like Dark Veritas that much. Okay, and the damage modifier, I can say that you can easily fix that by maxing your killer and bring him to the right battle. Okay, he gonna pawn the enemy on that situation. And his Brave Shield form, yes, it's locked to fire element. That's kind of disappointing. Okay, but that's it. I don't mind to use him on his Neo Vision form. Okay, because I prefer his normal form, honestly. And his Trust Mastery Word and STMR, I must say they are good, but definitely not the best accessory you can get. Okay, basically this support him to have more MP, which is good, but for other characters, I don't think it is that useful. Okay, so enough about my review for Red 13. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave XVS guide. Bye bye, guys.